I thought it said no. Good evening, everybody. My name is Tom Mitchell. I'm the Orchestra and Choir Director here at Urbana Middle School, and along with my colleague and friend, Mr. Kurtz, in the back there, who is the band director, we will be leading this concert tonight. We're really glad that you came. It's an exciting time of year because we have lots of concerts going on, and they really show off the accomplishments of the students from the entire year. So the orchestra will start off tonight. We're going to play a piece called the Variations on a Sailing Song. The sailing song you probably would recognize as the old folk tune, What Shall We Do with a Drunken Sailor? And you'll hear several variations of that in this song. Featured on this also is one of our own violin players, Rebecca Fan. Rebecca will be playing the piano with us on this. So here we go with Variations on a Sailing Song. That was a lot of fun. One that the kids really worked on a lot of bowing technique to improve their playing on that. We'll continue with another song that's really very popular. Everybody, most everybody knows the Harry Potter movies, and this next selection has two themes from the Harry Potter movies. And playing piano along with us on this one is Miss Joanne Shaw, who is one of our 7th grade violin players. So here we go with the themes from Harry Potter. You'll see a little bit of switcheroo going on up here from time to time. Kids often play different parts. They switch between first or second violin. So that's why you'll see some of the movement going on. I'd like to introduce someone to you who is a very special person in the orchestra program here. He is the first violin player for the 8th grade orchestra and has led them at the county and state adjudications where they received superior ratings all the way around. We're very proud of our soloist tonight for the song Celtica, Mr. Daniel John. Let's give Daniel another hand, please. Okay, his parents owe him some ice cream. Before we finish with our final song for the evening, I'd like to recognize some students who are in our orchestra up front. It actually started out as a fairly small group, and as the year went on, we started to add another student, and another student, and another student. And even though it looks small, it's bigger than it was when we started. So I'm really delighted to have our new students as part of the group. Next year I have been told, I don't know Mr. Dodone, maybe it's changed, but next year I've been told I have 37 students in the 6th grade orchestra, so we're looking for even bigger, better groups as time goes on. I would like to have any students I'd like to have any of the students in the 6th grade orchestra who were part of this year's all-county orchestra please stand up and we'll recognize you tonight. It's a real honor being selected for all-county, especially as a 6th grader. The honors orchestra plays difficult music and really produces a quality concert. We'll conclude our portion of the concert with a piece that is actually on the state adjudication list for orchestras. This is called Quintus. comes up on stage and we'll continue. Thanks.
is probably the largest 6th grade bands to come through, so they normally meet in 2 different sections. So the woodwinds meet during period 2, and the brass and percussion meets during period 3. And as you can see, they have a very big sound. And when they put their instruments up, it gets even bigger. Wait for it, there. That's the pure pitch. Thank you so much. Our first song that we're going to play for you is called Northridge Overture. And then we're going to go into one of the more challenging pieces called All the Pretty Horses. This next piece is an arrangement of the lullaby that is very old, All the Pretty Horses. How many of you have heard that before, or sung it to your kids, or had it sung to you? Anybody? Got one down here. Great, awesome. So you're all familiar with it. I don't have to talk about it. Thank you so much for being here tonight. You made me feel good. All right. But every year I like to pick out a piece that really challenges the kids, and it's like the stretch piece. Like, this is going to take you to the next level, and this piece is the one that I chose for them this year to do that. It really challenges expression, because in 6th grade we learn that, hey, you can hit all the right notes and all the right fingerings, and that's cool, and we can hit them at the right time. But can we start playing with emotion and learning how to express? And that's a tough concept to teach. And all the notes aren't loud all the time, and sometimes the tempo isn't always fast. And this piece really starts to teach those concepts, and this group did a very nice job learning those things. So hopefully you hear that in this performance. piece I'd like to recognize. Isabel Jen opened it up on clarinet, and then I had a bunch of people that were soloists on the last three measures. If that was you, could you please stand up so the audience can recognize you? Emma, Melissa, Claire, all did a great job, and they have auditioned for this part. I said, yeah, right there. Cool kid, playing out there, yeah. Alright, actually, I told a band director friend of mine, I was like, hey, I think about doing all Three Little Horses for 6th grade, and he just looked at me point blank, and he's like, no, that can't happen, you can't do that, you're nuts. I was like, challenge accepted. And they pulled it off pretty nice. I was very proud of the product. That's a grade 2 piece, and I usually don't do that level with 6th grade, but these guys wanted the challenge, and they did it very, very well, so I'm proud of them for that. So now we're going to move into the opposite kind of piece. This is called armory. So percussion can do something more fun instead of play mallets. It's not their favorite thing to play, but they're doing a good job learning it. So this one's loud, aggressive, and fast. The type of song the 6th graders love to play. Our next one is a little more of a programmatic piece, which means it's supposed to represent something visual that you can think of. So Serengeti Dreams obviously brings to mind images of lots of wildlife thriving in Africa. So this has this big grand opening. I would almost think that this is the replacement soundtrack to the opening of The Lion King. It kind of functions in that regard. You hear a lot of layers in this piece, which is common with traditional music from Western Africa. And the percussion is doing all kinds of cool little grooves, and then the winds and brass kind of layer on top of that, which sounds cool, but also makes the piece really tricky to put together. So we focused a lot on balance of layers and who's supposed to be the loudest, who's supposed to have this timing. They did a very nice job putting this together. So here's Serengeti Dreams.
One.
arrangement with a piece in a completely different style. This is really a jazz piece, so we had to teach a little bit different articulations in this one and how to swing the notes instead of playing them straight. How many of you have actually heard of the Pink Panther? See, I thought that was a single. Good. Now I'm going to play this piece too. Very good. So here's our arrangement of the Pink Panther. switch and then we'll get the seventh grade band up here.
Sorry.
playing the same song that 6th grade played, duplicated it. It's very nice. So we're going to play a song that uses a slightly different scale. This is like a minor scale than this harmonic minor that appears in there. When you use that scale, it usually references Eastern cultures that helped create that scale. So has anybody ever heard of Egypt? Okay. See, the questions get easier as we go on. You feel better. Okay, so this song references the culture of Egypt, and you're going to hear a nice slow beginning, and then it kind of picks up speed as we go. piece is structured very similarly. It's going to have a slower introduction and kind of a faster pace ending section. Written by one of my favorite composers, Elliot Del Borgo, who's written lots of concert band music and orchestra music. And he has a very unique way of kind of getting these themes out there and using percussion in a very interesting way as well. So this is two British folk songs based on two very popular British melodies. Anybody ever heard of Britain? Good. Just check it. Good.
We'll come back to America for the next one, so I won't ask you if you've heard of that, because we're here right now. This is written by the famous composer John Philip Sousa. He's one of the only composers I know of born in Washington, D.C. Anybody name another one? Who? True. Okay, you got me. Duke Ellington. Yeah, you're right. Good job. Audience that knows music trivia. Thank you. But John Philip Sousa was very protective of his music. So you know what happens if you try to steal it? John Philip Sousa. Nice job. Right on cue. I didn't even tell you. So here is one of his more famous marches called the Washington Post March.
to Britain now. Took a break. And back in Britain, where one of my favorite composers, Gustav Holst, composed a suite for a concert band called The Planets. And it's very well known, even if you haven't heard of the name. I'm sure you've heard some excerpts of it in some movie soundtracks you may have watched. But this one features 3 themes from it. It's going to start with Venus, which is very, very slow. And then it's going to go into Mars, the bringer of war. So it kind of picks up speed a little bit, and then it finishes with the majestic choral theme from Jupiter. And Gustav Holst was a direct influence on John Williams. And if you've seen Star Wars, you can tell where John Williams got all his ideas for the themes for that movie. And you may hear references to some Star Wars themes in here, and it's very fitting. So here is The Planets.
I'm going to interrupt the concert for just a moment for something very special, and then we'll return to what we're all here for, is to hear the good music. It's a good way to finish off the concert. But this is, for many of you may know that this is Mr. Kurtz's last performance here at Urbana Middle School. He has taken a job as the instrumental director for the Advanced Music Studies program at TJ High School, and is advancing his career that way and moving on into the high school realm and dealing with students there. And we are, it's not funny. We're really thrilled for him and very proud of him, and it will be also very sad to see him go, because Mr. Kurtz has been, he's actually one of the building blocks of this building. You know, his name is like engraved in the foundation, because he was here from the start of Urbana Middle School. And I just wanted to say a few words, and then I think there are a couple of students who'd like to say something. Mr. Kurtz and I have been working together for the last 11 years since this school started. And there are some really wonderful memories of the times that we've had together. One of those was the Christmas morning, in Christmas holiday. We pushed a piano and I carried my cello down into the main hall, and we played Christmas carols for the teachers before the students came into school. We have ridden rides together at Hershey Park, which is always fun. And two of our children, my wife is here as well, two of our children have actually grown up under the tutelage of Mr. Kurtz here in the band program. And they were students of his. And they tell wonderful stories about his very bad jokes. They've gotten much better, actually. But in that time, I want you to know that I could not find a colleague who is more caring, more patient, who is more creative, who is very organized, and just the easiest guy to work with. And I feel like we have made a really great team in the time that Jonathan has been here. And I just want you to know that this little tribute is for him, because he has done so much to enhance my life and the music program here at Urbana, and we're sorely going to miss him.
Our teacher, of course, as you all know, Mr. Kurtz, the awesome mighty guy. Yeah, he's pretty lit. Now, I wanted to say a couple things about Mr. Kurtz that has improved all of us. All of us.
We'd like to stand for the crowd.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Kurtz. And I want to say how inspirational and how awesome, how cool this guy is as our band teacher. He is the best. He is very caring. He's always compassionate, always nice. He's always helping us during our hard times or good times. You know, in front of Sean. we love Mr. Kurtz. He's awesome. And I want to thank you for being there for us, all of us, for helping us through everything during these past 2 years. And thank you.
Thank you to Mr. Kurtz. He's helped me through a lot of hard times, through the solo and ensemble festival through all county. He's gotten me so far, and I think on behalf of all of us, we'd like to say thank you.
I'm keeping it together. All right, this is tough. But I think this is the toughest group to say goodbye to because they're the ones that have one more month. I guess I'm not going to keep it together. It's a lot. I'm going to cry our way through Wicked. But I'm not in the business of disappointing. So telling this class that I will be here next year was really, really tough. And I was glad I got to talk to them earlier so that we could just talk about it and we could just kind of enjoy our last times together. And sixth grade as well, I'm going to miss 2 years with them. And you guys need to know just how much of a privilege it is to work with your children. We have a very special community here. This is a community, yes, I see you. Hello. This is a community that arts teachers would knock each other out to teach it. Not every school is like this, and you need to be aware of that and the opportunities your kids have here. And like Mr. Mitchell mentioned, like we remember the first day the school opened, I was only in my 4th year of teaching when the school opened, and I was excited to open a new school and got to my band room for the first time to see how cool it was, and it was just full of boxes. I was like, oh, you mean I have to put it together too? And so I put every single music stand, the marimba, drum set, everything, and the drum set didn't come in until like a year later. We're still waiting on stuff. And I just remember putting stuff together and thinking, what kind of memories will happen in this room? And then now that I know that, it's just beyond anything I could have expected. And so I want to thank you for that, and thank the kids for the opportunity. Which is kind of the prequel to The Wizard of Oz. If you haven't seen it before, and it kind of shows the struggle between one witch that looks kind of funny and one that's really good looking and popular. And I think that just captures the struggle of being in school in general. And I think that's why kids can relate to this musical a lot. It has really good messages and overall just really good music. So here is our medley. to stack the chairs, that would be great. Have a terrific evening. Thank you very much.